How's it going, YouTube? Zach the Pokemaster here, and today, welcome to part 3 of my Pokemon Best Wishes rewrite series. So, quick clarifications. I will no longer do the episode count, so we're just going to move straight forward until we get to a certain stopping point. So, yeah. For today's episode rewrite, we're going over the Team Plasma vs. Team Rocket arc, the Castelia arc, and probably maybe the first tournament arc, as we're going to meet some new rivals too. So, without all being said, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and make sure to join the Discord down below. So yeah, let's begin. So right off the bat, Ash meets Berg in Pinwheel Forest. And same as applies, Ash catches Sawaddle, then he meets Burgundy, Silent gets the rival, and then Silent wants to take the Connoisseur exam, which is just a written exam and seeing how trainers and Pokemon are compatible. Of course, Silent wins, and here how the rule states. To get to the certain rank, as Silent is in the anime, he's only A rank. So he needs to win at least 5 more evaluation or Connoisseur stuff to get to S rank. And so yeah, and Burgundy's only a C rank. So she's thrown out easily. And so now we are finally here into Castelia City, as the Venipede Stampede is taking place. And everything else is stay the same, but I want to make something or more of a tweak. Instead of Ash just releasing it or just letting it off in the wild, he catches it. And with that, the gang heads all the way, and then, well, I won't say the gang, but Professor Juniper meets up with Ash and Co. and talk about what's going on in the desert resort. And so they head off there. And so this is where the Team Plasma versus Team Rocket arc begins. So it begins with Giovanni flying down into Unova and telling all of his subordinates or all the forces to line up. And he tells everybody that they're about to start moving out into the mission, but he wants Jesse, James, Meowth, Pierce, and Dr. Was this Rose? No, not Rostic. Dr. Xavier. What was the guy's name again? As much as I am a BW fan, I forgot his name. Well, he wants the doctor to come with them to go to the meteorite place and hidden down in the ruins of Unova. This is where Team Plasma encounters, as they are about to start making their move as well. So as they head all the way down to the ruins, Giovanni asks James to get ready to fire the cannon to power up the meteorite, which causes a giant, well, we don't know what it does, but apparently it causes a giant blackout in Castelia, or probably across Unova. So by the time Ash and Co. reaches to the desert resort, they are shot out of the sky by a hyper beam. Luckily, no one was injured. Suddenly, a Pokemon appears and is Krokorok, and it challenged Pikachu to a battle, but Pikachu is surprisingly injured. Due to it being injured, Ash and Co. heads back to the Pokemon Center to get Pikachu treated. Krokorok follows. As such, Oshawott is out of his Pokeball, worried. And so, this is where Team Rocket is back. It is late at night. They head to a tower to party for their celebration. Giovanni saying that they are a step closer to taking over Unova. Suddenly, they are attacked by a mysterious organization. It is Team Plasma. So Ash and back at the Pokemon Center, Pikachu was fully treated, but they hear an explosion. It's not that far away from them, but they see a helicopter in the sky. They see 3 different figures. Ash makes out the figure. It was Team Rocket. But later than that, Team Plasma is fighting Team Rocket all across the city, which is causing a war. So, as stated, we really don't know the full context, but Looker comes into the scene, and Ash recognizes Looker, saying, "Hello, Googler, it's been a while." The Looker just replying back, "It has been, but now is not the time to chit-chat, as both Team Rocket and Team Plasma are attacking the city, and they're going against the war with each other." Now, of course, the Pokemon Center's at a tower, so everyone else besides Iris and Pikachu, they had to swing their way out of there. Somehow, Iris finds some type of rope. As soon as they all beat back with each other, looks like Crocodile still wants to have a battle with Pikachu. Now, of course, it's not a long battle, as Crocodile also wants to protect Castelia as well. So Ash asks Crocodile, does he want to join him? Crocodile nods yes. And this is where Crocodile was captured by Ash. Now, for this part, which we're still in part 1, this is where the battle between Ash and the Team Plasma Grunts begin, or the head leader. He sends out probably Watchog, which gives Oshawott a struggle. But with determination, Oshawott's not giving up, as it brings out his glowing red eyes and starts yelling out its name as blue light is surrounding it. Oshawott has evolved into Duat. Ash tells Oshawott, or the newly evolved Duat, to use Aqua Jet, which it does, and it takes out Watchog. And with that concludes part 1 of the Team Rocket vs. Team Plasma. As we unfold part 2, James fires the cannon, which kind of destroys half of the city. And this is where, and of course, all the grunts of both sides of Team Rocket and Team Plasma battle against each other, they all focus on one common enemy, the boy and his Pikachu, standing in their way, as they wanted to work together. And of course, as in the preview trailer, Ash challenges both of them. We see Liper coming out of his Pokeball using Hyper Beam, alongside with Woobat's Air Slash, or Air Cutter, which Pikachu successfully dodges it, and uses not Volt Tackle, but Quick Attack and Thunderbolt. Crocodile uses Stone Edge, Snivy uses Leaf Storm, Tepig uses Ember, and Duat uses Water Gun, and his newly evolved Tranquil uses Air Cutter, and Venipede uses Poison Sting, which kind of takes out the whole deal for this war. How will this war end? Well, potentially, it's Ash and Pikachu versus Giovanni and Persian. As Giovanni says, he is a strong trainer, but they will meet again. And that concludes the Team Rocket vs. Team Plasma stuff. As we now move on into the third gym battle. And of course, the third gym battle stays the same. Swaddle evolves to Swaddaloon, Ash is his third badge. This is where we meet Stefan. So if you guys remember, this is way before the Boss of Town tournament arc, or the Club Explosion arc, whatever you guys call it. So instead of Oshawott, or who's newly evolved Duat, loses a Scale Shop, they still meet Stefan and they become rivals. But except they both want to become better. So Ash loses his first battle with his apparently newly evolved Duat. But somehow his strength gets stronger, and they take it out. So the battle and stuff stays the same. Now this, and of course Iris gets her development with Excadrill, yada yada yada, but we don't get the full backstory, as Excadrill still listens simultaneously. And that's where we get introduced to Burgundy, and that concludes the brand new two major rivals. And we get an introduction to Luke, who seamlessly is a movie maker. Now, of course, he's a recurring character and temporarily traveling companion, who joins Ash and Co. for the Boss Town tournament, which Ash wants Luke to enter. Now, of course, here's the battles or the matchups. The tournament stays the same, but there are new additions. It is Hilbert versus Hilda. Hilbert wins the battle. Okay? Good. Now, so Charon defeats Hilbert. Ash defeats not Stefan, but Ash defeats Luke. Silent defeats Trip. And Iris defeats Stefan. The final battle, Iris still wins in the outcome of the tournament. Well, that was short. What else can we do? I guess we could move on to the Team Rocket arc for the Underground arc. Now, of course, this is all about the Meowth and stuff, so everything that happens in the Meowth arc stays the same. Nothing changes. And I guess the Underground Subway arc also stays the same, as Tepig learns Flamethrower. Along part of that, it evolves into Pig Knight. Oh yeah, and Ash catches Roggenrola. Man, how do I forget about that? And he also catches Palpitoad, and Silent catches Stunfisk. Oh yeah, and Ash and Trip had their battle. Actually, no, let's start on it. Ash and Trip, they have their third battle. And of course, Trip wins, telling Ash that one day he knew he was going to defeat him. This brings Ash into devastation and defeat, telling Trip that he doesn't want him to surpass Ash, which makes Ash go power hungry. But Hilda makes Ash snap out of its power hungry state. And now we're here into the training arc where Ash finally meets Marshall. Marshall heard of Ash from Alder, asking him to battle. So Ash sends out Duat while Marshall sends out Conkeldor. Sorry if I mispronounced that. So Duat learns Water Pulse, but there's a problem. It can't learn it. Well, it can't master it in its regular state. So Marshall wants Duat to try to make a clone of itself. It takes a few episodes for it to do it, but soon Duat mastery to make a clone to create a perfect Water Pulse. And with that, they battle, but Ash still loses to Marshall, even with a successful Water Pulse. And so, that concludes part 3 of the story. Now, I know I kind of jumped forward too quickly, but videos are going to have to be recorded on Fridays or Saturdays. But yeah, if you guys have anything or have any thoughts on today's part, be sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment down below. Also join the Discord. And yeah. Also, another thing to mention, part 4 could be coming out in a few weeks' time. I don't know. I don't know how I might record it. But yeah. So that calls to be as done too. Also, another thing, I have also started my collab with another YouTuber. So hope you guys look forward to that. And yeah, that concludes part 3. So like I said, make sure to leave likes and subscribe. And I'll see you guys or catch you guys in the next part. How many parts do we might want to do? I don't know. But anyway, see you guys next time.